What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, the aftermath of Lamont Roach versus Isaac Pitbull Cruz. The aftermath. What I thought about the fight. It ended in a draw. Some people say Isaac Cruz was robbed. Some people say Lamont Roach was robbed. I personally think it was a draw. I think that if it wasn't a draw, it should have been a split decision victory for Isaac Pitbull Cruz, because Isaac Cruz clearly won the 12th round and he got the knockdown. But the point that he had deducted was the difference in the fight. If he didn't have that point deducted from the fight, he would have won the fight. But he was hitting below the belt and hitting on the hips. So he deserved the point deducted, right? With that said, what did I take away from this fight, and do I want to see a rematch? I don't care to see the rematch one way or another, okay? If we see the rematch, it was entertaining. If we don't, I'm okay with that. I think that what I realize is it goes back to that old narrative, just styles make fights, right? Styles just make fights. And I think that at the end of the day, they both have competitive fights, which catapulted them into, dare I say, superstardom, when they had their performances against Gervonta Tank Davis. Because Gervonta Tank Davis is a knockout artist, and he brought Lamont Roach up from 130 pounds to 135. And same thing he did with Isaac Pitbull Cruz, right? Well, he didn't bring him up, but it was short notice. He was supposed to fight Rolly. Rolly got pulled. He fought Isaac Cruz. We already know, right? With that said, their styles match up perfect with Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, I thought Tank Davis clearly beat Isaac Pitbull Cruz 9 rounds to 3, right? It just was a competitive round, but I thought Tank won those rounds. And I thought Tank lost to Lamont Roach, right? But it ended in a draw. With that said, this is something that I realized, is that, again, styles make fights. And the style of Lamont Roach gives Tank problems, and the style of Isaac Pitbull Cruz gives Gervonta Tank Davis problems. But like I said, going into a rematch, if we was to ever get the rematch with Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach, that I think that Tank Davis can win the rematch, because I think that he just simply has more tools in the toolbox to be able to make the adjustments. Last night confirmed to me that Lamont Roach just may have Tank Davis' number, but is not a better fighter than Gervonta Tank Davis, right? To give you guys an example of what I'm talking about, I think that Antonio Tarver had Roy Jones' number, but he's not a better fighter than Roy Jones. You understand what I'm saying? He had Roy Jones' number, but he's not a better fighter than Roy Jones. And, you know, the late, great Vernon Forrest had Shane Mosley's number, but he wasn't a better fighter than Shane Mosley, right? Some fighters' styles match up, and those styles, styles make fights, right? And I think clearly that's the case with Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach and Isaac Cruz proved to be, well, Isaac Cruz proved to me that he was limited when I seen him fight against, when I seen Lamont Roach, when I seen Isaac Cruz fight against El Rayo. We saw him get exposed, plain and simple, right? With that said, the thing about it all is that Lamont Roach, as I stated, and as I suspected, he doesn't have a lot of tools in the toolbox to make adjustments. He just simply doesn't. He is a limited fighter. Lamont Roach is a flat-footed counterpuncher, okay, who's crafty and rough and rugged on the inside. That's what Lamont Roach is. And Lamont Roach showed me that he will not beat a Shakur Stevenson, right? He was able to stay in the pocket with Tank Davis. He was able to absorb Tank Davis's punches. And that was it. That was all, right? That allowed him to have, that's why he has Tank Davis's number. Because he's able to absorb Tank Davis's punches on the inside, stand his ground, and counterpunch Gervonta Tank Davis. And people ask me who was I picking in the rematch and why I was picking Gervonta Tank Davis. Because he has more tools in the toolbox to make the adjustments, right? When you look at Isaac Pitbull Cruz, and people would ask me, do I want to see a fight with Tank Davis and Isaac Cruz, a rematch? No, because Tank Davis has the ability to make adjustment and Isaac Cruz is going to be who he is. Plain and simple. Lamont Roach is a very good, solid fighter, right? But he's crafty on the inside, but he's limited. He's limited. He does not box on his toes, right? He makes slight adjustments that you really can't tell to the naked eye on the inside, right? He makes those little adjustments on the inside, but he's a limited fighter. He's flat-footed. He will not beat Shakur Stevenson. He will not beat Devin Haney. I don't know if he beat Richardson Hitchens. I don't think he beats Teofimo Lopez, right? Because they just have more tools in the toolbox. He is crafty. He's vanilla, is what he is. He's vanilla. He cannot beat Teofimo Lopez. I don't see him beating Shakur Stevenson. No way. Devin Haney, no way. Could he beat Ryan Garcia? Maybe. I doubt it. Rolly, he could beat a Rolly Romero. Could he beat a Richardson Hitchens? I doubt it. Could he beat Keyshawn Davis? No. He don't have enough tools in his toolbox, period. He's limited. It just is what it is. Isaac Cruz is limited. He is who he is. You're not going to see a big change in Isaac Cruz. He ain't going to suddenly start, he is who he is. He's going to come forward. He's going to throw a ton of punches. And you're starting to see the wear and tear on Isaac Pitbull Cruz. After about the 4th or 5th round, he got tired. His output was not the same. That craftiness on the inside and Lamont Roach being able to catch punches and counter on the inside and go into a shell himself on the inside, that wore Isaac Cruz down, along with the punishment he has taken over time with that style. He wore down. He got tired. His output was not the same. He started getting out of character, sticking his tongue out. You ain't never seen him have these types of emotions. Sticking his tongue out, bowing, getting down, getting low, and taunting. You ain't never seen that because he was tired, he was fatigued, and a lot of times Lamont Roach let him off the hook. In this fight, he let him off the hook, period. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out moving forward, man. There's talks that it could be a rematch. I think the fight is going to play out the same way it played out last night, period. And I don't think Lamont Roach stock was high, and this is why I said that Shakur Stevenson should have got him while the getting was good, because he was exposed to me. His style is perfect and tailor-made for Tank Davis style. Is tailor-made for each other, but that's where it ends. He's limited. Tank Davis has gotten comfortable with a specific style, with being flat-footed, with being with a high-low work rate. He got comfortable with that. Tank Davis have the ability to fight like he fought against Cuellar and mix it up like he fought against Isaac Cruz. He didn't do that with Lamont Roach. But he could do that against Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach is who we thought he was. When he fought Jamel Herring, when he fought Hector Garcia, and he was in tough fights, right? He just exceeded everybody's expectations against Tank Davis because of the style matchup. Period. Period. And that's all I got for you. Very good fight. I'm not knocking him. I think that he has more dimensions to his game than Isaac Cruz, but his limited athletic ability in the pocket, just overall, it just hinders him against Isaac Cruz. Styles make fights again. Period. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Follow me on Instagram. So me personally, I thought it was a draw. And I think that, it'll play out similar in the rematch. Nothing to change. But let me know what y'all think, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.